Okay guys, all you're going to need to do is get a white t-shirt, black t-shirt, whatever you have that fits you, and cut the sleeves off, and then cut the part that connects the sleeves to the shoulders, that line right down the middle, and then lay it out flat like this on a piece of fabric, and you can trace it, and that will become your shirt. So after you take your fabric of choice and you trace the template on, fold it up, and I pinned the shoulders down. You can fold it up, and what I realized on the shirt is the collar is just straight, so I'm going to cut the collar at an angle so they meet up kind of like a V-neck. And I'm going to take white fabric and make pretty much two giant triangles, because you can see in this picture that in the end that I'm going to show that it is part of the shirt, but it's not. I'm not going to make it part of the shirt. I'm just going to extend on. So just from your measurements and how you made the triangle, just from how you made the cut, I'm sorry, just make the triangles and then go down to about the middle of your chest, and then have the left meet over the right. So I had measured out on some fabric after I had cut the original shirt into a V-neck. I had measured out where the white strips would go, and then I had stretched them down to as far down my chest as I thought they would go, and made the left one go over the right, made it a little bit longer. And then next thing you're going to have to do is pin those down after you take them off again, and draw another one on some more white fabric and make them thicker, because those are too thin. At least I think so, depends on your fabric. And then you can pin them down. So this is what the shirt would look like after it's all pinned down and double layered, with the white strips hanging down like they should be. So if you were kind of confused before, I think this picture should help just a little maybe. If not, just still try to pay attention. Next thing I'm going to do is make the lines for the gold strips that kind of continue from the original shirt, which I'm going to use scrap from how the shirt is too long, so I'm going to cut off the waist part and use that scrap to make these strips going down the white. I had used the scrap that I had cut off from the bottom of the shirt. I'm going to use it to make the little edges that go along the white pieces that I had cut up earlier. To sew the 1-inch strips onto the white strips, I guess you can call them, I'm using this goldish, yellowish color. It's kind of the best color I found around my house. You can find a color that best suits you, the color you're using, whatever you feel like using, but I'm trying to make it as less visible as possible. I had cut away at this bottom edge very slowly and carefully until I had reached the part I wanted to by making it a triangle piece like it is in all the pictures and screenshots you see of Arno. And then I have done this after I had sewn the brownish strips onto the white. Next thing I had done was I had looked at the screenshots and stuff, and I had made a line going about an inch and a half in, and I had made button holders, those decorative button holes that don't really do anything. But then I had also made the actual thing, because I'm going to lay them over top and fabric glue them on, because you don't see any stitches. If you're going to use fabric glue, just a warning, it will stick to anything that you put it on. So please be careful. I didn't prepare or anything, but you should maybe lay some newspaper down if you've never used it before. But if not, just be really, really careful and don't ruin your carpets. So after you fabric glue the button holes down, there should be you can make a decorative line going down right before the buttonhole, and then just leave it, and then you can make a sew line, and then stop right here, and then go all the way around the other side. And again, it's optional, but it's just for decoration and a little bit of detail, I guess. To get away the frizz on any location on this costume, all you can do is just fold it over a tiny bit and fabric glue that down. I had taken the pins out of the left side, and it should be rolled over instead of the right one looking flat, because it's part of the shirt. It's just like you're folding over a shirt, and they look connected like they're rolled over. So I'm going to fabric glue them, but I'm going to like fold it over and then just connect them like you're connecting two pieces of fabric, and they look round. So I went to Joann Fabrics and I had bought buttons. They kind of look like a dome or like a half circle, and I thought that they look just like or almost perfect to the buttons that are in the pictures and screenshots. And so I'm going to sew them on along the buttonholes, and they're going to be right here, and then the same buttons are going to be used on the left and right sides. This is what the picture looks like. There are 2 buttons on this side and 2 on this side, or no, there are actually 3 on this side, but 1 is on the other side, which holds the shirt together. So we'll really be on that side, but I'm just putting it there because that's what it's going to look like when the shirt's put together. And then there are 3 going along right underneath. So I had taken these buttons and I drew spots right underneath them where they would go. So those 3 would go right there, and 1, 2, and then 3 would go right there. But that one I just picked up is really on the other side, and then that one and that one are the only 2 on that side. And those be stitched right there and have a stitch line going up from them. But then that one is really on that side. So there really isn't a 3rd button on the right side. It just goes through, so you're going to have to make a hole for it to peek through just like a normal button. On this left side of the shirt are buttons, and then past them are sew lines going out. To make those, all you need to do is sew the button down. You can make a new thread or continue the same thread and just sew back and forth, up and down until you get your thickness that you like. Here's the product of the off-white overshirt. I hope you guys like it. Hope you guys stick for more. Like, comment, and subscribe for more cosplay videos from the Green Assassin and Arno. Thanks.